I want to welcome everybody here today. This is really an amazing crowd. It really says a lot, I know, to the Ratliff family that you all would take the time this afternoon to come and to be here. So thank you for waiting just a little while, because we wanted to also make sure everybody was able to have a place to park and to be able to come and to experience this time with us. And I do want to thank the family and the many friends, all of you, of Hailey Ratliff, who have come to dedicate this park, and in doing so, to celebrate Hailey's life memory. And as many of you know, Hailey Ratliff was a very joyful 12-year-old girl who attended nearby Tony Hillerman Middle School before her family moved to Novato, California, where she was tragically killed while riding her bike home from school. It's really been amazing to watch our community come around this family in their time of need and their time of grief. And so to honor Hailey's memory, the City of Albuquerque and the City Council, the Albuquerque City Council, has renamed the Trails Park in an appropriate way to remember her life and to remind people who are driving through the Northwest Education Corridor to drive safely and to watch for children who are on their way to school. The resolution was R 13-221 that was passed unanimously on October 21st of 2013. It's also been my honor to introduce Hailey's parents, Charles and Angela. I also want to introduce our Fire Chief, Dave Downey, who's here with us today. So we're very thankful for our chief and the department and for all the work that they do to try to keep our children safe and our community safe. Also, Christina Sandoval from the Albuquerque Parks and Rec. And Christina raised her hand. Also the chief over here. Yeah, we appreciate the Parks and Rec, the Parks Department, for also working with us to make this to help make this sign happen and to be able to change the name of the park. And also on behalf of Ken Sanchez, the president of the Albuquerque City Council, who also represents a portion of the West Side. He wanted to be here and could not be here today. But on behalf of Ken and also all of the 9 members of the Albuquerque City Council, as well as Mayor Richard Berry, we do want to again welcome you here and say thank you. And as we dedicate this park and as we dedicate the naming of this park to Hailey Ratliff Park today. Always be remembered in that way. So again, I want to introduce you to Charles and Angela, Hailey's parents and her siblings, Charles Jr., Zane, and Kai, to speak on behalf of Hailey and express what this means, what all of you being here means to the Ratliff family.
Okay, so first of all, I'd like to thank all of you for being here and taking time out of your Sunday to come support us. It's actually through you that Hailey's memory lives on, and through you that she will always be here. She will never die. She will always be here through all of you. On behalf of my family, I'd like to thank Michael Ben Willows for initiating the project. Of course, Counselor Dan Lewis for his support in the project, Ken Sanchez for his support, and Tony Duran, Sarah Mancini, and my dear friend Elaine Romero for their planning of this event. So I'm actually here today not just for the dedication of the park, but I refuse to let my daughter's legacy be taken from her. Had Hailey been allowed to live her life the way she should have, she could have moved mountains. I have no doubt of that whatsoever. She could have done anything at all, and now it's up to me and to all of you to give her a voice and allow her legacy to be built. So the renaming of this park actually suits a couple purposes. The first is to bring awareness to bicycle and pedestrian safety. If you look around here, you have Volcano Vista High School down the road. You have Tony Hillerman Middle School, Tierra Antigua Elementary. You have the soccer complex. You have homes, you have a church, you have trails, you have children playing, you have people jogging, you have people walking, and you have cars. So by renaming this park, our hopes is that all of us in this area realize that everybody is mortal and we have to be careful. We have to look out for her, for each other. We're really hoping that when a sign says 35, that you realize that doesn't mean 40. When a stop sign says stop, it doesn't mean yield. It means you need to stop. We're hoping with this, it reminds you that you need to not look at your GPS. You need to put down your devices. You don't need to be texting when you're driving, because it just takes a second for you not to be paying attention and to take your eyes off the road for a tragedy like this to happen. The second reason we're here today, of course, as Dan Lewis just stated, is we're here to honor Hailey's life. Really, let's face it, guys, this park should not be named after her, because she should be here. She should be here laughing and playing and doing what Hailey did. She was always the kid. If she were here right now, she would probably be doing one of three things. She would either be looking for the kid in the playground that didn't have a friend to play with and making sure that they had somebody to play with. She would probably have one of your little kids out on the swing or the slide helping them out. Or she would be looking for a lost animal, because she brought home lost animals weekly. Yeah, the dogs were not that big of a deal, but the cat, the bird, and the litter of rabbits I could have done without. But that was just her, just very compassionate towards animals and to people. You know, and that's really what set her apart. Hailey's compassion set her apart. She touched more lives in her 12 short years than most people can in 100. She knew the power of a smile, and she knew what a difference just a kind word at the right time could be. It could mean the world to somebody. She always managed to give it to people who needed the most. I actually never saw her pass somebody up who needed help and not show them compassion. It didn't matter if it was a homeless person on the side of the road that she tried to give her last dollar to, or even just her smile. If she had it, she gave it, and that was absolutely amazing. She saw the humanity in everyone, and I think she truly represented the humanitarian that all of us strive to be. I think she accomplished what most of us won't do in an entire lifetime. A lot of her friends are here today, and I'm so happy for that. She had so many friends, and a lot of them were just friends she liked to hang out with. They're good buddies. But a lot of them were friends that they were kids who needed a friend. She was always looking for the person who needed that help and who was facing a struggle, and she would always bring them home. She would make it a point to take them to church, to youth group on Tuesday nights. In fact, that was a big struggle for us. I had limited space in our car. So she would have to often choose between taking the friend that she just wanted to hang out with and taking the friend that really needed to be there, that needed the extra help. Even if she was fighting with that person and didn't really want to be with them, she would tell me, "Mom, I really think that she's the one that needs to go to church tonight, so, let's take her." "Okay, Hailey, we'll take her." But she volunteered in the community since she was very, very young. But one thing that she did just a few months before her accident was life-changing for her. She served on her first youth mission with Sagebrush. She went to northern New Mexico, and she was able to be out in the community helping people that actually needed the help, and she got to make a difference. She was gone for 5 days, and I thought for sure she'd come back homesick, but she came home happier than I'd ever seen her before. She actually wasn't ready to come home. Right, Evan? No, she was ready. She wanted to stay there. She was actually able to bond with kids that shared the same love for God that she had, and who had the passion for serving others the way she had. She was just on fire. She was ready to conquer the world. She actually came back with a list of places that she wanted to go because these people needed her help, and she actually wanted the two of us to go on a mission to Haiti and help everybody there. So that's just the type of person that she was. So I could actually stand here and talk about Hailey all day, but I think I'm going to stop now, and I'm going to talk about all of you and what you can do to give her a voice and continue her legacy. So there's a few things I feel you can do that Hailey did and that would be important to Hailey. And you can use your the power of your smile and the gift of kind words to make a difference for others, because you really never know when somebody needs that. You can use your time to serve others and people who need you. It's easy to donate money or items, but what a lot of people just really lack in their lives is a human touch. They need to know that someone cares, and they need to know that they matter. They really do. You can be kind to each other. You can forgive quickly, because you never know when it's going to be your last day or somebody else's last day, because we certainly didn't know that would be Hailey's. You can surround yourself with positive people and have a positive outlook so you can accomplish what I just spoke of. You can remember that it's the little things that change the world. It's not necessarily the big ones that move mountains. It's continuous acts of kindness that will change the world. And for my little bug, I'm sorry you're not here, but I know you're watching. And I hope every single one of you here can live in Hailey's life and make a difference and make her proud. So from 1 Corinthians 14, 4 through 7, one of my favorite Bible verses, I'd like to read that. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It is not rude, it is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. In other words, love is Hailey. She was taken from us, but there is no power that could ever take her love from us or our love from her. And love will always endure. And with the renaming of the park, Hailey's name will endure. Her name will live on long after all of us are gone. So I once said about Hailey, a candle that burns twice as bright can only burn half as long, and Hailey burned so much brighter than that. And I truly believe that, but I think my husband said it best when he said this world is filled with ordinary people, but Hailey was extraordinary. So just remember, it's up to us to give her her legacy. I know that we could never accomplish what our daughter would have accomplished, but we can still make a difference. And I truly, truly hope that you don't allow her to leave this world in vain. I want you to be able to make a difference for her and in her name. So remember, just small acts of kindness continuously can move mountains. So thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Again, it's through all of you that Hailey lives on. And I hope you all come back often and visit her park. So thank you.